go. Start smashing those likes, baby. Let's get it. Come on. Tap those likes. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading these blockchains every single day with you guys, and we're back for a live stream today on November 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And Bitcoin's doing something pretty bullish. I mean, not gonna lie, we could be having a major reversal here. The bear trap might be set, and the bear market rally might be canceled, guys. So we're going to be covering all of this and a lot more in this live today. So make sure you guys are tapping those likes, filling up those like meters over on TikTok, smashing those likes on YouTube and every other platform out there, Facebook, Instagram, X, or wherever you're watching. Make sure you're tapping likes and smashing and sharing it out. Really helps with getting it more people here in the live stream. And the more, the merrier, like always. Guys, so right now, what are we missing? Right? What are we missing in this bear market? Or I should say, to avoid the bear market, what do we need to avoid the bear market? Let me tell you guys. I am going to be telling you guys here in just a second. So to avoid this bear market, we need a bullish reversal coming in for Bitcoin. Now, are we going to get that bullish reversal? If we come look over here at Bitcoin's chart right now on the 1 hour, looking pretty good. Right now, we've come down. I really was hoping and am hoping for a sweep of this previous day and previous week low at 92,800 to really confirm the big push up. Unfortunately, here in the last hour, we came down. We front ran that target by literally a little over $150, and then we blasted back off over to the weekly open, sweeping this Asia low trading session time frame once again, getting above the yearly open for 2025 of 93,300, which is bullish, but doesn't mean that we're out of the water just yet. We need to be very careful that a sweep of this previous week low is very likely. We also have a gold pocket between the 618 to the 0.65 down here at 91.72. So be very aware. And we have a CME gap somewhere in this region too, around 92,000. So very close to this area. Very likely that we come in and fill it. Right now, if we continue to avoid this area and push up higher first, that would actually make me a bit more bearish. Why would I say that? Well, if we were to avoid those lows and push back up higher today or later this week, right, we have our weekly average target of 98,142. That is the target for Bitcoin this week. We also have a 6-month pivot right here at this area that I might have deleted off my chart here, but this is a very critical target that we need to get above as well to show strength here for Bitcoin to continue pushing up higher. If we come up to this weekly average of 98,000 and get rejected and start dropping, this is going to be the next big lower high, right? We're going to be pushing up higher, making a lower high here, 98, and then dropping it like it's hot, where at that point, I don't believe the previous week low sweep will save us. Versus right now, we're already very close to this previous week low of 92,800. Let's just sweep this area now. Let's get it and smash it to the upside, right? And that would be a lot more bullish versus going up first and then more likely coming back down. If we can get above this $98,000 area, our next big target is going to be 100,400 with the previous month low of 102.1. We have a gold pocket up here, a local gold pocket up here as well. We have the previous month low, which was major support until we finally lost it and rolled over. So now we're holding on tight here. So a lot of people are asking, did you take profits? Did you make profits? I'm a day trader, guys. I take trades almost every single day. The minute we lost the $98,000 price point last week, I took a short. I'm up like $700 on that short, and I'm going to keep that short open until we either take these lows and sweep it, showing me some bullish momentum to the upside. I will close my short at that point in time. But if we start to close dailies below the 92,000, I'm keeping that short open. And yes, my long from 98,000 is still open. Is it down in the negative? Yes, it's down in the negative right now. But as I am expecting a push off this 92 area, I have been dollar cost averaging small amounts into this trade. This is why I use low leverage and low capital to be able to dollar cost average into this trade. If we start to lose 92,000, then I will just take the loss and close it. And my short that I've been riding all the way down from 98,000 more than covers the loss that I'm taking. So I'm mitigating my risk here. My ideal plan is get this previous day, previous week low sweep at 92,800, close my short at that point in time, and then let my long ride up. And if we can get that long to ride back up over even to just 98,000, with the fact that I've been dollar cost averaging down here, we're going to be in a very strong, profitable position by the time we get to 98,000. And if we push up to this 100,000 or gold pocket of 102, more than happy to close my long or start, moving my stop loss up to break even at that point in time. So that way we are already mitigating the risk and we're making money on the market going both ways, guys. Appreciate everybody jumping in here, smashing those likes. Keep filling up those like meters in over on TikTok, over on YouTube. Appreciate all of you guys. Viku, Darian, what's going on, brothers? Good to see all of you guys in here. Over on Instagram, what is going on? Good to see all of you guys in here, smashing those likes. Let's go see Facebook over here. Facebook, good to see you guys as well. Make sure you guys are tapping those likes and hitting that subscribe. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling. Hold on. I lost myself there for a second, the taps. All right, so Bitcoin overall right now pulling back down again, getting rejected here on this weekly open and daily open on the 1 hour. We haven't confirmed anything, but if we start closing hourly candles below this Asia low, our next big target is this 92.8 to 91.7. That is the big area. There is a gold pocket, so we could hyperextend. In an ideal world, we come all the way down to this gold pocket at 91.7 and quickly push back up above the previous week low of 92.8, close that 15-minute to an hour candle above that area, and that would be an ideal area for a potential long to the upside. But that is an ideal world. We do not live in an ideal world, unfortunately, so we have to keep an eye on what is happening there and where we could potentially be going. Guys, I don't see the likes. I don't see the likes, guys. Start tapping those likes over on TikTok. Come on. Start smashing those likes. Do you think bear market? If we start to lose this yearly open and previous week low of 92.8 and we start closing dailies below this area, then our next big targets to the downside, right? We're going to have to analyze that. Give me a second here. Let me push out to the 4 hour. Let me get rid of this regression trend here. And we do have some big targets to the downside. Between $88,000 to $84,000 are going to be our next big target range, right? Our next big targets are going to be between $88,000 to $84,000 for Bitcoin. Now, if those targets do not hold, right? If we jump out to the daily, right? If 84,000 does not give us the bounce, right? Our next low is going to be the tariff lows back down at $74,000. 74,000, 76,000 was the low in April of 2025 before having this major rally well above $120,000, right? So that is our next big target. If 88 to 84 does not hold us and push us back above this yearly open, because that would be the really bullish indicator at that point in time, is if we drop down to 84, we need to get above 93. 93.9, let's call it 94. We need to get above 94, above the yearly open to show strength. If not, this 74,000 is the next target. And below 74,000, oh, get ready, boys. Because we got some big old targets down at $67,000 to $57,000. Because if we lose $74,000, right, we are re-entering the 2024 range. And re-entering that range, we have a nice, juicy yearly 2024 NPLC at 67,338 smackaroons. And below that, we got another 6-month NPLC, a September NPLC, all at $59,000 to $57,000. Dollars. So, yes, we got some big targets to the downside for sure if we do not hold support here. So, it's make it or break it time for Bitcoin. Honestly, I want us to sweep the previous week low and start moving up quickly. Because if not, we are playing with fire, boys. We are playing with fire here with a potential drop because this 88 to 84, not really super confident that that's going to hold us. It might, and as we get to those levels, we'll continue to analyze. But looking from abroad, looking from the macro view, 76,000 to 67,000 looks like a stronger bottom, right? If we're going into this bear market, than 88 to 84,000. Just being realistic. Now, if we're setting up a bearish trap, maybe it's a little different. But to be honest, we need to hold this 92.8, sweep that bad boy, and start rocking it back up above 98,000. 98 to 97,000 is hyper critical that we start getting back above it this week if we're going to push up higher, right? This week, not tomorrow, not next week, not by the end of the year, not because the more we spend, the more time we spend down here at below this $97,000 area, near this 92, the more likely we're going to drop like it's hot, guys. That's why I'm wearing my vest, because I gotta stay strapped. I need to wear protection. The market is spicy right now, guys. Spicy, and I do not want to get burned. So I am hedging my bets. I am opening shorts when possible. We shorted XRP this morning in the Crypto Citadel. Fantastic short here. XRP out of nowhere blasted off, running all the way up to 230, almost hitting our target here of 231. But quickly closed our 15-minute candle below the London high, below the previous day high, and below the Asia high. Quickly, that was ding, 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 reversal time in the Crypto Citadel during our live trading sessions that we do every Monday through Thursday. I said, it's time to go short, boys, and that's exactly what we did. We took the short, we wrote it down, we got out around 223. Our main target was 221, which eventually hit, and then since then dropped even lower. So fantastic short for XRP here this morning. And that is what we're doing in the Crypto Citadel every single day. We're printing every single day, taking trades, because it's not just about the spot longs and holding it forever to the upside. There is plenty of ways to make money every single day on the way up and on the way down. With proper risk management, this is very achievable. This is what I want to teach every single one of you guys, is that you do not have to wait for the bull market to make money. You can make a ton of money in the bear market by just being able to be a day trader. Now, is it going to take time? Absolutely. But, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. So we need 92K holds, but do you think we can still make an all-time high in quarter four? No. Quarter four of this year is not going to be making any all-time highs. Quarter one of 2026 still has a chance if we hold this 92 and start pushing up higher by the end of the year, right? So by the end of the year, if we did step one for quarter one all-time high, this is what we need. We need to sweep this 92 area to potentially down to 91 and hold this area and start recovering, so that by the end of the year, step number two, we are well above 100K and showing some strong support above 100K. Because we got to be careful. They can always create a lower high around that 109 to 112 area. People get overexcited and we drop lower. But step number two is push up above 100K. If we can close the year above 100K again, we should be okay to be able to have quarter one of 2026 as a major all-time high potential, right? It's not going to say like, hey, January 1st, 2026, boom, blast off time, right? It's quarter one. Quarter one is 3 months from January all the way to the end of March. Anywhere in that time span, we should start seeing Bitcoin recover, building support well above 100 to make a push for that new all-time high. Those are what the things that I can expect if we get that. Now, if we do not hold this 92 and we start closing dailies below 92.8, I'm not expecting a major rally in quarter one just yet. Right? There's always the possibility, but it diminishes the possibility of a big push for all-time highs in quarter one. So we have to reanalyze as we get there, day by day, week by week, month by month. So those are my ideas for quarter four to quarter one of this year here. Let's see here. Let me see if I have some time for the chat. What's going on? Omega, what's going on? Viku, good to see all of you guys. Ozark, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's see here. Smash those likes, guys. Smash those likes. Drop your altcoins into the chat, and I'll get to it. How are we still going down with the sentiment being at the lowest it's been in a long time? Guys, sentiment, you know, is one of those things that a lot of creators look at when they're not technical analysts, and they're just like, it's so bearish right now, we're gonna pump, and we might, but not just yet, right? We can always go lower. The sentiment can always get more bearish. There is no guarantee in that fear and greed index that just because we're on the low side of fear, right, of extreme fear, that a bounce is due. And even if we do get a bounce, right, we can still rally all the way up to 112, 110, up to 100K, let's say, up to 100K, make a lower high, and then dump it down back even lower. The extreme fear will go probably into neutral potential greed as we approach that 100K plus area, and then get dumped on again and go down to 84 to 76,000. That's still a possibility. Don't just think just because we get a bounce that we're out of the water. It depends where we bounce from and what critical resistance levels do we reclaim, and can we hold those resistance levels on the way up, right? Because if we don't, it's nuke city. We're going to continue heading down. Let's see here. Tired of waiting alt season. I keep pushing date every time. I'm not saying anything about an altcoin season. That's first of all. I'm not pushing any dates of altcoin season. I'm talking about strictly Bitcoin here. What Bitcoin does, altcoins will follow. When is there going to be an altcoin season where all the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin? That is not to be seen anytime. There is no reason to think an altcoin season is coming anytime soon. Yes, we're getting some, bullish altcoins here and there running off. We've seen Zcash do very good this last month, right? Zcash is up 216%. Whatever this thing is, Decred is also up 100%. Dash is up 90% in the month. Virtuals pumped 47%. Starknet also had a nice little rally here in the last month, right? ICP 65% rally in the last month. But no, nobody's talking about altcoin season, and I'm not telling you there's going to be an altcoin season. I've told you guys time and time again, alts are the extremely high risk asset group to be in, and you only know what alts are going to do by what Bitcoin is doing. So if you're not following Bitcoin because you only care about altcoins, you're setting yourself up to fail. Good explanation. That's why I follow you from the Netherlands. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate the support. Hope you can join the Crypto Citadel one day and we can get those trades rocking and rolling. But yeah, even if you don't join the Crypto Citadel, that it's $5 a day to be in there right now. It is 75% off for your first month, guys. First month of the Crypto Citadel is 75% off right now for Black Friday on November. So if you guys are not using Black Friday 25 as the code when signing up, you guys are missing out on a massive opportunity to be able to jump in, test something out, invest in your education, learn a whole new level of, what it's like to be in these markets, to analyze data, to go based off data and not just FOMO and hype. And if you can do that, I think you'll see the worth in the Crypto Citadel that is being provided there every single day, that's only costing $5 a day to be in. Can I join from the Netherlands? Not hard with the time difference. No, man, you can definitely join. There's other people. There's people from Australia. There's a few people, I think, from Germany and some other parts around the world. There's another guy from the Netherlands, I believe, also in the group. And, we do live trading sessions for the New York session. That might be a little hard for you, but we do post signals. We do post daily trade signals. We post swing trade signals. We post long-term macro analysis for long-term view of where we could be headed with altcoins and Bitcoin. And, we're just continuously always analyzing data, and whatever request you need, you can just put it into the Discord at any point in time. I will see it. I will analyze it for you, and I will give you the information you need. And you can get access to my trading course as well, so you can start learning how to use my trading strategy on your own time as well. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follows. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat anywhere. Good to see all of you guys. All right. Oops. Nope. Wrong tab. Too many tabs open. All right. Let's go take a look at Ethereum, Bitcoin here, coming back down towards the Asia low of $93,659. But before we go take a look at Ethereum, let's actually go look at some headlines here. Let's go look at some latest headlines, see what's up, see what's going on. 95% of Bitcoin, that's old already. We need to refresh this. Let's see. Zcash bounced over $700. Crypto still in extreme fear. Harvard buys 350 million of Bitcoin. Look, Harvard's buying Bitcoin. But what does this have to do with Zcash? Let's go take a look at Zcash real quick, just since this article mentioned it. And there's so much hype around Zcash that you guys really need to see what's happening here. So be very aware that yes, Zcash could pump back up, right? And if you're looking for a long, I would not be looking for a long on Zcash right now. I would be more likely looking for a short. And you have to be very, very careful if you're going to be shorting Zcash. I would be interested in shorting Zcash if it gets above 742 to 740, right? 740 to 742. That is the area I'm looking for resistance. If we sweep that area, that is the area I'm going to be looking for a short. Low leverage, nothing high leverage, low margin, so we can get that ride back down. We still have a target all the way down here. We have some big support at 424 to 403 and a big target down at 296. Now, if we can start closing dailies for Zcash above 742, its next targets are going to be 821 to 842. And above that, its next big target is $1,000, $1,067 is its next big target if we can close dailies above 742 to 745 area for Zcash. Let's go back over here to the headlines. Let's see what we got. Is a critical point. If there's levels are broken, the trend will change. No, of course, bro. That's such basic technical analysis. Everybody keeps talking about Zcash. Everybody's forgotten about XRP. XRP's got their ETFs already in going live, but guess what? Nobody cares about XRP. XRP's still in the dumpster fire. So there goes to show you that even when you get realistic XRP fundamental bullish news, XRP still can't pump. XRP still can't pump. Let's see here. Any more bullish anything? Ether Eyes 3,500 if support holds. Let's go fact check that article right there real quick. Let's go take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is at critical support here. If we lose $3,000, we are definitely heading towards this gold pocket of 2,600 to potentially as low as 2,300 for Ethereum. But meanwhile, we stay above 3,000. Our targets here for this week are between 3,251 to 3,428. Right? If we can break out of the previous week range above 3,460, let's just call it 3,500. We are looking for 3,658 to the upside for Ethereum. So, but if we start losing this 3,000, Ethereum is going to get cooked. Let's keep an eye on Bitcoin here. I need to keep an eye close to this previous week low of 92,800, because if we start to sweep that area, I need to close my short and I need to add a little bit more to my long. Appreciate everybody in here. Can't see your screen. Hey, Big Prince, I know you can't see my screen. You got to go watch it on a different platform, my friend. Blockchain Crusader, everywhere you can find it. Would you exit spot on ETH before it drops below 3K? Look, personally, on spot, I wouldn't be exiting anything. I would just hold on to my bags when it comes to Ethereum, right? Other altcoins, my investing strategy is very different than most people, very conservative. A lot of people love to splurge on altcoins, throw tens of thousands of dollars into altcoins. I don't do that. My overall portfolio is mainly mostly made of Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And I'm talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum from back in 2018, right, when Bitcoin was sub 10K and Ethereum was sub 1,000, right? That is where the grand majority of my positions come from. So would I personally be selling Ethereum at that price point? No, below 3K, because we're going to drop down to 2,000. No. Have I bought Ethereum above 1,000? Absolutely. I've bought Ethereum at 1,700. I've bought Ethereum at $2,000. Am I buying at 3K right now? No, not really. I would rather just wait for it to drop more. And if we see any significant big drops, then I'll buy back in. But in spot, not really concerned with Ethereum dropping below 3,000. Even if it does, it drops down to 2,600, right? 2,300. That's what, $1,000, less than $1,000 of a drop. Not really a big significant thing to be concerned about for me personally. As a long-term investor, as most people probably should be, you should have a long-term portfolio and your day trading portfolio. Your day trading portfolio is what creates money for you so that you can then feed your long-term portfolio. But if you're just trying to live off your long-term portfolio and calling yourself a long-term investor, you're not, right? You're just trading on spot and hoping to make any money. And most likely, most people are not, because they're buying altcoins, and altcoins are not performing the way they used to in 2021. So I would urge you to create a trading portfolio that can create value, that can get you $100, $50, whatever it is, every single day as you take day trades, and then use that money to be pushing into your altcoin or, you know, your long-term portfolio overall. And that's the big strategy in the Crypto Citadel, is managing two portfolios, long-term holds, and then the cash flow of your trading portfolio going into your long-term portfolio. So no, I would not sell my Ethereum below 3K. I sold some Ethereum at 4,100. When I saw this potential drop happening and things could be getting worse, I did warn the Crypto Citadel, and I told them, hey guys, I'm taking some profits. I didn't sell a grand portion on my portfolio or anything like that, but I did sell a few tens of thousands of dollars, took some profits, and I said, hey, the market could be heading lower here. I need to secure some profits. I got some bills to pay. I got some debts to pay. And this is how I'm going to do it, by taking profits here, because we could be going lower. And I'm glad I did. Ethereum was at 4,100. Now Ethereum is at 31 at 3,000 to 3,100, right? And it could be heading a lot lower. So I'm glad that I took profits when the time was right, and I didn't let the greed get to me. That's the biggest problem with most investors, is that they let the greed get to them. What is going on here right now? Why is this thing flopping and groping everywhere? Can you give me your opinion on a new altcoin small cap? Like what, Omega? What's going on, B-Fire? Good to see you. How did you learn how to read all the technicals? I had a mentor called CVO. He taught me everything I know, and then just practiced and practiced and practiced, traded and traded and traded, lost a lot of money trading along the way until I was able to remove my emotions, because the technical analysis isn't hard. What's hard is managing your emotions, right? As a trader, you want to catch 100% moves, 200% moves. Oh man, those traders are great, right? But there's something you're not paying attention. You cannot compare yourself as a beginner to the people that have been trading for multiple years. You need to take what you can get. If you're using proper technical analysis and you get a 10% move, a 15% move, take those profits. We did the exact same thing this morning in the Crypto Citadel, right? In the Crypto Citadel, we took a trade, we took a short on XRP this morning, right? Quick, easy, 10x, no large position, made $137. Boom, closed my trade. I walked away with $137. That is some people's full-time daily salary, right? A full-time day job that makes 75K, you make $200 working 9 to 5. 9 to 5 in a day, you make $200. I made $137 trading for 30 minutes. I'll take that. I'll take that, right? Some people don't make that working 9 to 5 at McDonald's, right? So I'll take that every single day. And $137 every single day at the end of the week, at the end of the month, leads to good profits, right? So it's all about taking proper profits over time. And perfect example, last October, right? Last month, not even last October, it was a long time ago. I lost $4,200 on that big liquidation event on October 10th. I had some altcoin trades open that got liquidated. Boom, $4,200 loss, my biggest loss in probably forever. But guess what? I came back, made some small trades, made some big wins, and along the way, throughout the month, even though I was down 3,900 on that second week of October, by the end of October, I was up $3,700. I made back everything I lost and more. Everything I lost and more by just being consistent. Now, is that going to happen for you the minute you join the Crypto Citadel? Probably not. It's going to take time. Yes, my members in the Crypto Citadel can copy trade me, right? We have that option set up now where if you join the Crypto Citadel and you want to start making, potentially taking some trades and learning at the same time, you could copy trade me. You can do that, or you can just take the trades on your own, which is perfectly fine. We still do the live sessions for people that don't want to copy trade and take their own trades. That is perfectly fine. So I do the copy trading, especially for people that are in way different time zones that can't join the live trading sessions. They can just copy trade, and I'll take the trades that I take. Their trades will be activated as well, which helps those people that are also still learning and probably can't participate in all the live sessions. What is your average risk on a trade like the one on XRP this morning? That XRP trade this morning was 10x, $800. $800 margin at 10x. Took the short. The stop loss was set up. Where is my XRP chart? Let's see. What was the entry on that short again? Entry was like, what the heck was it? Entry was 227. So 227. The minute I saw this here on the 15, we were on the 15-minute chart, right? The minute I saw the sweep of all these highs and we came back for a retest on the next 15-minute candle, I took the short. My stop loss was up here at 230 with 10x. That was about a $90 loss if we had our stop loss hit. And then we walked away with $137. We closed out early around 223. Our initial target was 221, but sometimes I'm just like, hey, I'm not gonna let the greed happen. I closed early, and right after we actually came all the way down and hit it. So no big deal. That was just me. If you didn't want to close your short, you could continue keeping the short for XRP open and writing it down, and it's working out perfectly fine. Bitcoin here pulling back here towards this previous day low. We need to sweep this area. We need to sweep this area. I don't really care about the gold pocket being filled. I just care about this here being hit. If we quickly jump on over to the CME gap, where is this CME gap at? Let me see. Yeah, CME gap still hasn't been filled. CME gap is all the way until 91.6. So to fill the CME gap, we pretty much have to fill that gold pocket as well. Interesante. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes over here, hitting that subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. B-Fire, good to see you. Bitcoin killing me. I keep buying and it keeps going down. Got to be very careful, guys. You could be buying a falling knife. If you're buying spot, even if you buy spot, right? This is the power of technical analysis. With technical analysis, you do not have to buy every single dip. You don't. You do not need to buy every single dip. Once we lost $98,000, right? The chances of us dropping lower increased. Well, actually, let me take that back. Once we lost the yearly VWAP at 104,000 right here. Once we lost this area here of 104,000, the chances of dropping down to 92, 94 increased drastically. So was I going to buy more at 104? No. If you were paying attention to the technical analysis and learning how to read charts, you would say, hey, I'm not buying any more until we come all the way down here to major support between 92 to 91. That is going to be the next area that I'm willing to buy. If that area is lost, I'm not buying again until 84, potentially all the way down to 76,000. That is the next area that I'm willing to buy, right? This previous quarter, this tariff low down here at April 7th of 2025 of 74,000, which is also the value area high of the previous year range. This is where I'm willing to buy more. If this doesn't hold, then we're probably dropping down to about $56,000 for Bitcoin. That would be the next area that I buy, right? So it'd be 3 strategic buys versus constantly buying every day, every week, every month, and things just keep dropping and dropping and dropping, and you're gonna run out of cash flow. Your bankroll is gonna run out unless you have a very well-paying job that you have a ton of money rolling in and you have very low expenses and you're very good at managing your life budget, right? And you have all this extra capital to be investing drastically and aggressively for a long period of time. Great, that's awesome for you. But if you don't, which is the grand majority of people, you have to buy strategically, not just buy the dip, because the dip can always dip some more, and then there'll be a bigger dip and a bigger dip and a bigger dip, and eventually you're going to run out of money and you're not going to be able to buy any more dips. Then we're down at 76,000, and the last time you bought was 91, and you're like, man, this thing's never going up. Man, you're missing out on all that potential buying. You can be buying larger amounts of Bitcoin at 76,000 for less money or the same amount of money you were buying before. And when that push starts to come back up, you're going to be making a whole lot more gains. So be very aware, guys. This whole strategy of diamond hands and buying the dip is wreck city. That is going to get you wrecked long term. You need to buy strategically. And the only way to know how to do that is by following the analysis, by following the charts, right? It's not the same market that we were in 2017. It is not. We are still early, right? Most likely, hot take here, the grand majority of people getting into crypto now will never get rich off crypto. That's just the reality. That is the hardcore truth that no content creator is going to tell you. The grand majority of you, when I say the grand majority of you, I'm saying like 95% of you guys that are getting into crypto now, that this is your first cycle, or maybe you got in 2021. If you didn't buy the lows of 2021, then you most likely will not get rich off crypto unless you already come in with a large amount of money, right? If you're already coming in with 100K plus into the market at this point in time, then yes, a 10x is very possible with Bitcoin alone, going from 100 to a million in the next 5 to 10 years, right? But if you're coming in with less than $10,000 into this market right now, you will not become a millionaire. You will not become a millionaire. You can make money, but you will not become a millionaire. It is too late for you, right? That's why people gamble on the altcoins, because Bitcoin and Ethereum will no longer make them multimillionaires. So they start gambling on altcoins that they think is going to take them to the stratosphere, take them to the all-time highs. And most altcoins are not going to all-time highs. Most altcoins have topped out and they will not return to all-time highs. They can have nice rallies like we saw with ICP, right? We saw ICP have a very nice rally this month, came all the way up to $9.30. Is that anywhere near its all-time high? No, it's not even near its 2024 high. 2024 high was around $19. It didn't even get near that, right? So most likely it will never make it past those levels again. And that's going to be the grand majority of most altcoins. It's the new altcoins that come out in the next big bull market, which we will see, that will have the potential, if you get in very early, to make a lot of money. But it is also always very high risk because people get married to their bags. They get married to their altcoin and think that if I hold this for 5 to 10 years, this altcoin is going to make me a millionaire, and it won't. That's great advice. Makes 100% sense. Appreciate that, B-Fire. YB Live says, that's why I'm buying when it goes down 10% just to hold on to. Honestly, I remember when I used to buy Bitcoin when it was 300, could have made millions, didn't even don't even want to think of it. Trust me, bro, I don't want to think about it either. I'm writing a book right now talking about Bitcoin from back in 2013 when I first saw it, and Bitcoin, being around $200 to $300 at that point in time. So yeah, I'm literally writing a book right now about it. It's not a novel or anything like that. It's a short ebook, maybe about 10 pages long, just giving you my overall my overall story from how I started in crypto, from back in 2013 to now, and my whole journey, all the life lessons that I've learned along the way, and how I went from zero investing strategy, zero investing knowledge, zero financial literacy to where I am today. So appreciate everybody in here smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody. Good to see all of you guys in here. Let's see over here. For the people asking about the Crypto Citadel, the link is in the profile or in the description of the video, in the bio. You guys can go join. Make sure you use the code Black Friday 25 when signing up to get the 75% off your first month, guys. That is going to end here very soon. You have less than a week and a half to get that code and use it. If not, it's going to be over. It's going to be gone, and it's going to be way higher next time. Yeah, most altcoins can drain your money real quickly. Better save money to 50 to 100K and buy then. Yeah, 100%. Bitcoin dropping here right now, 93,130 as we speak. We got 20 more minutes on this 1 hour. This 1 hour is showing us a big rejection off the weekly open that we so urgently pushed back above last hour. So we're getting closer and closer to the potential sweep here of this previous day, previous week low of 92.8. If we do not get this previous week low swept at least on the 1 hour, we are in trouble. If we sweep it on the 15, great. Fast drop here down to 91 and close above 92.8 would be fantastic. If we can do it within an hour, even better. Not even better. It'll be okay. It'd be better than nothing. But if we do not get above the previous week low on the 1 hour or 4 hour, if we lose 92.8 and within 4 hours we do not get back above it, Bitcoin could be cooked and it could definitely be dropping down to those low 80s. So be very aware of that, guys. Be very, very aware that things could get very rocky for everybody in the markets, right? Nobody wants to talk about a 60K Bitcoin, but it is a very strong possibility if we start to drop below 92 and not reclaim 92. So just keep that in the back of your mind. If you're not willing to take profits or you're not willing to we're not willing to get a bounce here, you got to be willing to stomach your altcoins getting smashed again, because altcoins will continue to get smashed. They will definitely continue to get smashed, which is why I hold a very small amount of altcoins in my portfolio. Is it good to make an entry in ETH at this price? Not if Bitcoin loses 92. If Bitcoin loses 92, getting into Ethereum at 3K is not a good trade right now. Because if we lose 92 and Ethereum begins to lose 3,000, next big target is 2,600 and below that is 2,371. And we definitely have some targets all the way down back to 1,800 that nobody wants to talk about. And the tariff lows, the tariff lows for Ethereum back in April was down at 1,300. Down at 1,300. Definitely not bueno for ETH. So it's all going to be dependent on Bitcoin here. 17 more minutes on Bitcoin on this 1 hour chart as we continue to pull back and drop here. Nice little push to the weekly open. Resistance off this anchored VWAP off the weekly open. Boom. Send it right back down. Bitcoin is definitely in some hot water here. We need to sweep these lows of 92.8 to 91.7. Close the CME gap. Sweep this previous week low and start, causing a reversal back to the upside, because if not, we are in trouble. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here. Guys, if you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys are liking it, make sure you're smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, right? If you can't get into the Crypto Citadel because you're not willing to invest in your own education, you're not willing to invest the time and be dedicated, that's perfectly fine. The least you can do is follow here on the channel. I try to get out as best information as possible for you guys with no hype, no FOMO, no fear, just straight realistic data that we're seeing on the chart. Obviously, if you want more than what you're just seeing on the channel, then that's where the Crypto Citadel comes in. You get my trading course, you get direct access to me. We do a daily 2-hour live session every single day, Monday through Thursday, in there trading live together, and so much more that we all get the signals and all the stuff and the exclusive analysis. So if you want more, the Crypto Citadel is the way, and you can get 75% off right now with the code Black Friday 25. That is limited. There's limited slots, and there's a limited amount of time that it's going to be open. So make sure you guys are taking it while you can. Let's see here. Bitcoin's coming down. We got 1 minute here on this 15-minute candle. Are we going to sweep this previous week low here in the last 54 seconds? Or are we just going to front run it and then we're just going to nuke it down in the next 15 minutes? Okay, here we go. It's happening. It's happening. We are below the previous week low of 92,800. We are dropping like it's hot right now. We are dropping like it's hot right now. We're at 92.6 as we speak. We are hitting this critical level that we need to sweep and get back above. Are we going to get back above it here in these 20 seconds? Can we do it? It looks like we are. It looks like we are. It looks like we are. Wait, hold on. 15 more seconds. We're still below. We are still below. Are we going to hit this low, or are we just going to nuke it straight down? Are we just going to nuke it straight down? What is going on here? We have closed below the previous week low, guys. We have closed this 15-minute candle below the previous week low. We are headed a bit lower here. We still have 15 minutes on this 1 hour. If this next 15-minute candle gets us back above the previous week low, then we could have a potential for a push to the upside. But if we do not, we are heading lower here, guys. Let's see here. Give me a second. We are heading lower. From the looks of it, we're still potentially heading lower here. Unless Bitcoin can get back above the previous week low on the next 15 minutes, we look like we are heading lower. Not looking good for Biddy right now, guys. Not looking good for Biddy at all. We got this next 13 minutes that we need to get above this previous week low. If we do not, it is going to be some hot water chingy-changas for Bitcoin. Let's see here. It looks like we're getting back above. It looks like we're getting back above here in the 15 minutes. It looks like we're getting back above. Come on, Bitty Witty. Get us back above it. Not looking too good. Oh, no. Looks like it was just a nice little retest and then pushing us lower. Not the bueno. Come on, Biddy. Get back above that previous week low, buddy. If we can get back above the previous week low in the next 12 minutes, we will have a 1 hour sweep of this previous week low. But if we do not do it, it is going to be dump city for Biddy. Come on, Biddy. You can do it. You can do it. Who thinks Bitcoin can do it? Drop a 1 in the chat if you think Bitcoin can get back above the previous week low of 92.8 here in the next 12 minutes. If you think it's going to dump city down to 88, drop a 2 into the chat. Drop a 2 into the chat. Let's see here. Dropping a 1. Let's go, baby. Dropping a 1. Come on. Come on. Get it, pick it back up. Why is the volume so quiet? Because everybody is terrified right now. On YouTube, on TikTok, it was fine. The volume's low. The volume better now? That's weird. Come on. Push it back up, baby. Push it back up. It's now or never. It's now or never for Biddy. Let's go take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum's still above $3,000. Let's go take a look at the CME gap. Where are we in? Yep. Almost filled the CME gap. Come on, get above that 92.8, baby. Let's get above it. Come on, we still got 10 minutes left. We still got 10 minutes. Come on, push it. Push it, baby. Push it. There we go. Getting 92.8. 92.8, baby. Okay, we're getting some movement. 92.9. We're getting some movement here, guys. This is good. We're not getting the sweep we wanted on the 15, But if we can close above the 92.8 in the next 10 minutes, we are getting the sweep on the 1 hour, which is the next best thing, and it's a larger time frame, which is very, very good. If we get this sweep here, there could be a potential for a nice little reversal to the upside. The potential is increasing, but we need to close above 92.8 in the next 10 minutes. Smash those likes, guys, if you want Bitcoin to close above 98,000, 92,800. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. You can do it. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Come on, Biddy. Don't do us like this, man. Don't do us like this. We're on 92.7. We're back below, guys. We're back below. Not bueno. Not bueno. If we close this 15-minute candle below the previous week low, we are in trouble. This is a perfect retest and rejection of this previous week low, meaning we are heading a lot lower. Not bueno. Not bueno at all. Not bueno at all. Come on, Betty. Get back above that 92.8, man. Get above that 92.8. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. If we don't get it on the 1 hour, our last chance is getting it on the 4 hour, which we have 2 hours left in. And let me tell you guys, it's going to put a sweat. Oh, we're getting back above it. We're getting back above it, guys. We got 8 minutes left. We're back above 92.8. This is what we need, guys. This is what we need, baby. Crypto is exhausting. What are you talking about? Crypto is the most exciting market in the world. In the world. Come on, Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin's back below 92.8. We're at 92.7. Come on, Biddy. We need to get above that 92.8. Let's get it. Come on. Tap those likes if you want Bitcoin to close above 92.8. Drop your altcoins and drop your questions because things are about to get hot for Bitcoin here if we don't. If we do not get back above 92.8, things are going to get spicy, guys. Spicy. Let me tell you. The market right now is in absolute awe. They're in shock. They're like, what is going to happen? This is the make it or break it moment for good old Bitcoin. Make it or break it moment. Either we get back above or we're going down to Nuke City. We need to get back above the previous week low of 92.8. 92.8 is the level. We got 7 minutes more and we are still below it. We are below at 92.6 right now and dropping. We need to start climbing. We need to start climbing here, guys. If not, we are in trouble. Did any big piece of news drop like it's hot over on the X that's making people freak out? Let's see here. Nobody. Bitcoin, nothing. Nothing big. Not seeing anything big. Nope. Nothing massive. All right. No, Biddy, you're at 92.6. Man, we got 6 minutes left. We need to start climbing above this previous week low. We need to start climbing here on the go-go. We need to start climbing here on the go-go. If we do not start climbing here, we got 6 minutes. If we do not get above this 92.8, we are in trouble for Biddy. We are in trouble. Come on, Bitcoin. You can do it, man. You can do it. You can. Oh, no. We're dropping 92.6. 92.6 and dropping. 92.6 and dropping. 92.5. Okay, back up to 92.7. Come on, Biddy. We're running out of time here. We need to start closing above 92.8, boy. Bro, don't do this to me. AVAX. AVAX is in the tank. AVAX is at $14.74 right now, guys. $14.74 for AVAX and dropping because as Biddy drops here, AVAX is going to go to zero. Just kidding, guys. AVAX ain't going to go to zero, but AVAX is definitely in trouble, let me tell you, along with the rest of the altcoin market. They are in trouble because Bitcoin says it is over. We got 5 minutes here. We're still dropping 92.5. We're still dropping here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is coming to a very critical point in time with the next 5 minutes. We need to get above 92.8. If we do not get above 92.8 in the next 5 minutes, our last chance of hope is in the next 2 hours for us to achieve this, right? Because if we do not get this 4-hour candle minimum above 92.8, it is a wrap. We are dropping lower and it's going to get hot. So, best case right now, we do it in the next 4 minutes and 44 seconds. If we do not get it done in the next 4 minutes and 44 seconds, we got another 2 hours. That is the last chance, last final chance. So if we are going to drop here, let's drop it like it's hot really quickly down to 91.7 or something, fill in that CME gap, get that over with, and then let's rock it back up to 92.8 in the next 2 hours. Because if we do not, Bitcoin is in the dumpster fire. If it doesn't make it back above 92.8, would it be a good time to open a short on Bitcoin? That's a tricky question. You would probably have to wait for a retest. I would wait for a retest of 92.8, right? And see for the rejection. If we get a retest of 92.8 and rejected, then yes, I would take a short on Bitcoin. But if it just drops below in the next 2 hours, right, and we're down at 91.7, I wouldn't be opening a short on 91.7 because there's always the potential of a retest back towards the previous week low of 92.8 to get that confirmation that that level has been flipped into resistance and no longer support. Because we could drop all the way down and then eventually reclaim 92.8. And if you start entering a short on 91.7, then you're going to get wrecked all the way back up. Right? You can't short when things are already so massively down. You need to wait for a big push to the upside, get another little lower high, another little peak, and then look for that short to drop. Appreciate you guys smashing those likes. Appreciate you guys calling me the GOAT. I'm definitely not the GOAT, but I wish I was. All right, Biddy here got 2 minutes and 52 seconds. We're still sitting on 92.6. Not at 92.8. We are in a little bit of trouble here, guys. We are in a little bit of trouble. It looks like we are going to be closing potentially below 92.8 on the 1 hour, which gives us our last final opportunity on the 4-hour candle to get back above 92.8 for a potential sweep. And if we don't get it, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I'm not talking about your juicy bacon wrap. It is game over here in the short term for Biddy. I'm on 2 minutes. A lot can happen in 2 minutes. We can definitely get back above 92.8 if we get a push here, but I don't think we're getting any pushes, guys. The sellers do not look like they're exhausted. The sellers are looking like David Goggins out here. They do not give up. They do not stop. They keep on pushing no matter what. They stay hard. And that is what the Bears are looking like right now. They're looking like David Goggins out here, bro. Where is the next support if 92.8 fails? Next support, right? We have a gold pocket in the CME gap to fill in around 91.7. That would be the CME gap. And the gold pocket filled all the way down to 91.7. Below that, we're looking at 88 to 84, bro. 88 to 84, and 88 to 84 doesn't even look very good. It doesn't even look like a high confidence area. Below 84, we're going all the way down. We're going all the way down, man, to 74, 76. 74 to 76, which is the April lows, the tariff lows for this year of 2025. It is the value area high of the 2024 range. Below 73, we're going down to 67 to 57. So not too confident on 88 to 84. And definitely in some trouble here. 48 seconds left on this 1 hour, and we do not seem like we are getting above 92.8. We are still at 92.6. And if we look at the 15-minute, we got the perfect retest, getting above it and then closing back below it, showing here a perfect retest and rejection of 92.8 on the 15-minute, showing that we are heading lower. No bueno, mi amigos. No bueno right now. Now, like I said, don't want to give ultimate fear here. We still have 2 more hours on the 4-hour candle, right? On the 4-hour candle to close above the previous week low of 92.8 to potentially get a sweep on the 4-hour time frame, right? Which would be our last line of defense here for a potential move to the upside. So it is official. The 1 hour has closed. Now we have an hour and 59 minutes left, aka 2 hours, to get back above this previous week low. So if we're gonna dump, we better dump it real quick and start climbing real quick right back up to 92.8 here in the next 2 hours. And here we go. Where did I come up with 92.8? Let me tell you, it is the previous week low. That's how simple it is. It's literally the previous week low. It is also the previous day low, 92.8. It's that simple. You lose the previous week low, you are dropping lower. It's that simple. That means you've lost the entire previous week range and you are heading lower. That it's really that basic, that simple. But don't worry, I don't know anything. I'm sure you know a lot. As a man thinketh, right? I'm sure I would love to hear your grand thesis and analysis on where you think the market is going and where you think the next big support is. If we can hold 92.8 on the 4-hour, sweep that area, we do have targets between 97 to 98,000, and then another target between 100.4 to 102.1 as targets to the upside. They could create a lower high at that point and drop lower again, but those are targets to the upside on the long if we were to sweep on the 4 hours, the previous week low of 92.8. It's not that simple. You also don't know that the market is bot controlled, 70 to 90%. Okay. Cool story, bro. How much lower are we going, Juan? How much lower are we going? I love how when people don't have answers, they just say manipulation. It's controlled by the invisible hand. They control everything. Technical analysis doesn't work. They don't know anything about technical analysis, but they love to say it's controlled. It's the bots. It's the manipulation. It's the market makers. It's the whales. It's this. Yet somehow, traders like me are making money going both ways. Seems like we know a little something. Let's see here. How much lower are we going right now? I'm looking for the gold pocket and CME gap to be filled somewhere around 91.7. That would be ideal to get that over with already since we're already at these lows. We come down to 91.7 and hopefully get back above 92.8 in the next 2 hours. And that would be a good new low, filling in the gold pocket, filling in the CME gap, and sweeping the previous week low all on the 4-hour time frame would be fantastical. But I don't know if that's what we're going to get or not. Right now, we're making a little push back to the upside again. We're currently at 92.7, 92.8, a potential another retest of this previous week low. Now we start closing multiple 15-minute candles above it. Maybe we get this drop invalidated. But like I said, looking more like just a retest for more confirmation of resistance to push us back down lower. Crypto Bull Run 2025 is giving us some flames, is taking a toll on us. Oh, yeah, it definitely is. Haven't caught a show in a minute. Scott, good to see you here again, brother. Aloha, brother. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see every single one of you. I hope all of you guys are smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, and joining the Crypto Citadel. For the people asking in the chat about the Crypto Citadel, the link is in the bio, in the description of the video, or in the bio of my profile. It is 75% off right now with the code Black Friday 25. It is limited and will be running out here in the next week and a half at most. So you can invest in yourself, try it out. You can cancel at any moment in time, and you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't really lose anything. Trust me, you're going to lose a lot more by not educating yourself on reading charts and analyzing data and being able to extract capital out of these markets with these trades every single day. That's going to cost you more money. At full price, the Citadel costs $5 a day. $5 a day to be in it. Today alone, we took a trade. We made $137. $137 just today. That pretty much almost covers the entire monthly membership. The monthly membership is $149. We made $137 in one day. But don't mind me. I'm sure it's not worth it. The people that say that it's not worth it, or the people that say that are not willing to do it, those are people that are not dedicated, they're not disciplined, they know that they're not willing to put in the work, right? They just want to get rich quick with zero effort, and that's just not the reality. Bitcoin is pushing to 92.9, getting back above this previous week low here. We're getting some movement, guys. We're getting some movement way earlier than expected. Still have not filled in the CME gap or the gold pocket down to 91.7. Don't know if it's going to hold, right? We still have 2 more hours. 2 more hours for this 4-hour candle to really sweep here and hold above 92.8. So still a long time before we can confirm that 92.8 is back in the support zone, baby. Is it over? We're fighting. Emily, good to see you. I'm a crypto trader. Fantastic. That's amazing. I love to hear it. I love to see it. Right now, we're still fighting to regain this 92.8. If we can get above 92.8 in the next 2 hours and hold above it, then we are potentially setting up for a big move to the upside. Between 98,000 to 102 are the next big targets to the upside for Bitcoin here this week. Now, if we lose 92.8 in the next 2 hours and continue to close below it, then lower we go. Right now, 93,000. We just pushed up to 93,000. Like I said, we still have a long time. We still got 2 hours, but definitely heading in the right direction so far. It's bear market already. Well, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. Everybody gets extremely bearish right at major critical support. Major critical support, that's when everybody calls for bear market. And then we have a big push back to the upside, and everybody's like, we're back. We're back. So I don't really care about bull market or bear market. All I care about is trends. Are we bullish or bearish, right? If we get above this previous week low here on the weekly, on the 4-hour, that is going to be a bullish reversal for me, and that is indicating that we're going to be pushing up higher, and that my long is going to be printing. And if we get up to 102 and get rejected and start showing bearish trend again, then my shorts are going to come back into play, and I'm going to be taking shorts to write it back down and making more money. That's just as simple as it is, guys. I just closed my short during this live stream down here from 92.8, right? My target was down on 92.5. Closed my short, made over $800 right on that trade. Fantastic. That is more than some people's weekly salary, right? I just made on that short. And now if we push back up towards that 102, if we get the reversal that I'm expecting, I'm going to be making a whole lot more money on the way back up again. So does it matter if we're in the bear market or bull market? No. That only matters for people that are in spot holders, that are people that are not day traders, people that are not traders at all, people that don't know how to make money going both ways in this market. But if you know how to make money going down and going up, it doesn't matter if it's a bear market or bull market. We're making money regardless. Do you think altcoin season is over, and what percentage would you give for new Bitcoin all-time highs by March of 2026? So, like I said, my thesis is that if we get back above 100K before the end of this year, right? Before the end of this year, we get back above 100K, there is a good chance, right? Assuming we don't drop too low, because if we drop like all the way down to 84 or lower, and then we come back up, it changes things. But if we, let's say we were, hypothetically, we were to bottom out here around this $92,000 price point, and we get back above 100 and we close the year back above 100 at some point, there's a very good chance, there's a bigger chance that in Q1 of 2026, we do potentially make an all-time high. Now, I'm not saying we will with 100% certainty from today that that's going to happen. We have to continue analyzing the market every month along the way. We need to wait to see how November closes. We need to wait to see how December closes, how the year of 2025 closes, to see what could be possibly coming up for Q1. But that is my thesis right now, that if we begin to bottom out around this 92,000 and we start to reclaim 100 by the end of the year and hold above 100 by the end of the year, there's a good chance that we might push for an all-time high sometime in quarter 1. It won't be January 1st, but at some point in time in 2021 in 2026 in quarter 1. Now that's out the window if we start dropping too much. If we continue dropping here, we do not bottom out 92 and we head down for that 84 or lower before the end of the year, that quarter 1 new all-time high is probably out the books. What do you think I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't care about meme coins. Cool story, Emily. Alt season been put back to Q1, but the crash comes after. I'm not saying there's an altcoin season in Q1. Not saying that at all. Just because altcoins pump with Bitcoin, that does not mean it's an altcoin season. That's a big misconception by a lot of people. Because Bitcoin is pumping and the altcoins are pumping along with Bitcoin, that does not mean we are in an altcoin season, guys. Altcoin season is when Bitcoin is chopping sideways, not really pumping, and altcoins are having major blast offs, greatly outperforming Bitcoin, right? If the altcoin is not outperforming Bitcoin on the altcoin versus Bitcoin chart, then it's not an altcoin season. It's just a rally. It's just a pump. It's just a retest. It's just a recovery, a short-term recovery. That is something that most people do not understand. A lot of retail will not be back after the flash crash liquidated everyone. We don't need retail, guys. This market is not ran by retail. This market is ran by institutions. The institutions have been running the game for a very, very long time. And now they are out in the public, in the open, obviously with all these ETFs that they are here. They are interested in crypto and they are paying attention. So we do not need retail. Retail is literally useless at this point in time. Retail is for meme coins. That's all retail is for. None of these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and none of these top 10 altcoins or whatever need retail at all for a pump. Bitcoin is still sitting at 92.8, still sitting above it. Like I said, we still have 2 hours left, so still got a very long time here, but so far so good. We might even get a 15-minute candle closing back above the previous week low, which would be very nice here. To start seeing at least that happening as a potential invalidation of this loss. But just as I speak, we are dropping back below the 92.8. So we shall see here, guys. I appreciate everybody jumping in here, smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. I am Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day. If you want to join the Crypto Citadel before this 75% off your first month chance is over to test it out, go to the link in my profile. Go to the link in the description of the video. Use the code BlackFriday25. There is limited spots and limited time to get this offer. So make sure you guys are joining in there and getting involved and start learning. And you can get out whenever you want if you don't like it. And it's going to be well worth your potential education right there to just start learning a whole new mentality of being in this space, guys. So like always, I'm Blockchain Crusader, and I'll see you guys in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.